There are over 9 billion searches on Google each day. There are 99,000 searches every single second. The average person searches 3 or 4 times a day. What time does the St. Clairsville Chamber open? Current price of Disney stock. Grief support groups near me. We rely on search for so much. It's hard to imagine a time without a search engine or information at our fingertips. Yet, we kind of take it for granted. It's kind of like breathing. We do it, we need it, but we don't even pay attention to it. This is the story of 10 blue lines. Alta Vista, Ask Jeeves, Yahoo. These were some of the early search engines. In 1998, Google came on the scene and we never looked back. When we first learned about search engines, it was pretty easy. You typed in a term and a list of links were returned. The algorithms were basic. Even so, the game was still very competitive. Being number one for your selected phrase could get you thousands or millions of views. It could immediately make your brand profitable. Go figure, people like me had to ruin it. Website owners figured out how to get their websites to the top spots by manipulating the algorithm. This was the birth of SEO. At some point, tech companies have to figure out how to make money, and Google was no different. Being number one on the list was important and worth a premium. What if we let people buy the top spot? That'll make us money. And it did. Let's introduce a black dot. Our 10 blue lines now have a few items in front of that line. In an effort of transparency, they are listed with a little ad symbol. How do you get these dots? Well, SEOs can't help you manipulate these rankings. Instead, a new specialization came out, Search Engine Marketers, or SEM. These ads are unique. The website owner only pays when someone clicks. Even better, there's not a fixed price. It's determined by how popular the keyword is and how many others want that spot. Now that Google found a way to make money, they do and did what every company does. They try to make more money. And how do we make more money? How about more ads? Yes. Let's welcome a few more black dots to the page. As the internet evolved, people started to realize that the black dots weren't always the best answer. They started to skip to the first blue line. But what if the first blue line wasn't any good? Maybe they would go try out Bing. Uh-oh. When people leave Google, there's a 0% chance they get money. Google had to fix this quick. One way we fixed the problem is to rank the absolute best pages. More complex algorithms got rid of spam and low quality results. That's another way to make a better experience. Customization. What if we use location as a factor? People would rather see local options, right? Well, how about previous search history? We can now show them pages that they already like and trust. Yes, these fixes made a better user experience for most searches. Google was able to make more money. Hey, have you ever heard of yellow pages? Yes, I keep seeing them show up on the results for our local business searches. Yes, users are going to that site, not even going to Google first. Well, we must stop that. Well, let's introduce the square. Google is a directory of web pages. Not every business has a web page, but people want information about businesses. Smart directory websites figured this out. Google decided to put an end to that with their own local business directory called Google Business Profile, formerly called Google My Business. Since we can use your location, if you search for a local business, they can show up on your map. The map is 100% based on your location. Google can show you 3 local businesses, even if they don't have a website. All a business needs to do is have someone add their name to the directory. Google even allowed regular users to do this if the business owner wasn't able to. No more yellow pages or directory websites. Google could do it all. As search became adapted by the majority of internet users, we started to use Google to answer basic questions. Remember when a website owner had to advertise their actual URL, like the www? That stopped becoming a thing. Instead, someone would just search Eric Hersey Web Design to find a phone number, hours of operation, or visit the website. If Google was 100% sure they knew the business you were searching for, they will add a whole new shape to the page, introducing to the right a large vertical block, also known as the knowledge panel. These panels aim to give you everything you need to know about the business or brand without ever leaving Google. Phone numbers, address, reviews, pictures, and more. Small businesses can get listed, and even major brands get their own knowledge panel. With faster internet speeds and mobile technology, the web was no longer just text and links. Websites became full of images and videos. Users started using Google to find images of, well, everything. Maybe you want a logo for a sports team. Why not show them some options at the top? Maybe someone wants to know how to change the oil in their lawnmower. A video from YouTube would be super helpful. Google adapted with the user and made it easy to find the medium, not just the website, that provided the best answer. Welcome, rectangles. Okay, we know people are asking questions to Google. What if we answer the next few questions they give us without making them type it in? Great idea. Introducing the carrot, also known as the people also ask section. If you want to know the price of a website, you might also ask, how much does a one-page website cost? And what if we kept them on Google instead of clicking to a different website? Yes, faster answers will equal better user satisfaction, and that'll make them come back tomorrow. All right, hear me out. We have a rectangle already, but what if we round the edges? Yes, if we put related searches on the bottom of the page, the user might click to learn more about that topic. This is another search and another chance for Google to get paid. Genius. If you want a web designer in Wheeling, maybe a button that says web designer in St. Clairsville will keep you searching. All right, 10 blue lines and some other shapes seem cool and all, but what if we could answer the question and not even make the user click anywhere? Why give the user options? Let's just tell them what they want with 100% certainty. Welcome, featured snippets. What's a featured snippet? Easy. Who was the first drummer of the Beatles? Colin Hanton. Well, who knew? How many searches on Google per year? 1.2 trillion? This is really handy for trivia. So what started as 10 blue lines has now transformed into a pretty busy place. The search engine results page, also known as a SERP, is fairly complex and most importantly, customized for the user and for the phrase. Google had to become really good at understanding what the user wants so they can send back the right shapes. Google tries to determine the intent of every single query searched. Are users trying to do, know, or go? Do transaction queries show that the user is trying to make an action, like buy something, for instance? No, users are trying to learn more about a topic. Go, navigational queries aren't really related to traveling. It's more about typing in a brand to go to their website. So let's play a game. If you were to type attorneys near me in Google right now, can you predict the top 10? Well, here's a sample list that you might consider while sitting in Wheeling. Most of us have a general understanding that Google will give us local results. Hence, we think that they will do that for all 10 items. In all reality, it's never the case. Here's what Google actually looks like when you type best attorneys near me. That's a real bummer. In this case, we only have one local website. This seems like an extreme example, but most of the time you get 2 to 5 local results per search. So let's take a look at a SERP for one of the most competitive terms in industries. Personal injury attorneys near me. This SERP had a total of 33 links on the page. If you were a local personal injury attorney, you have a very small chance to get on that first page. And the evolution of our 10 blue lines has become increasingly more complex. We have different shapes and even styles of links. Local websites are showing up. Google's directory plays a huge part. There are even different algorithms determining if it's local, regional, or national websites that show up. There is a reason SEOs exist. Understanding and figuring out how to get your website on the SERP is complex. It requires strategy and implementation. Gone are the days where you can just figure out a tactic and cheat your way to the top. Search engines reward the most relevant websites that match the user's query. Sometimes the answer is a square. Others it's a rectangle. Well, maybe it's a carrot. Maybe it's just a blue line. You cannot rely on just being a blue line anymore. You must evolve. Allow yourself to be every shape, every color, every style. The users will pick what they want. You make sure you are the shape that is most helpful.